Good morning, folks. G'day, and welcome to the continuation of Spook Week. Yeah, we did pretty good yesterday. Oh man, sorry, I'm just really fucking tired. Yeah, it's been really good so far. So, what we got? We got a character, basically. We're gonna add some clothing to this character, and I think that will be it for the body. So yeah, that'll be pretty cool. Then we can start texturing this thing. I'm going to do some slight changes before we get started there to the ankle, not ankle, the direction of the foot here, just to clean it up a little bit. Just going to rotate that a little bit, that's all. For those who are watching, thank you for joining as well. Yesterday was really fun. So, yeah, this whole week's been fun doing this actually. So, yeah, thanks for participating in the conversations and everything like that. That looks better already. Just having a little bit of outward turn on that foot. I'm actually pretty happy with that one. With the foot now looking back at it, looks all right. Looks all right. It looks good when it's not subdivided. I find like it looks all right when it's not subdivided. All right. So today I was when I was thinking about doing this character yesterday. I was wondering whether or not to model in the breast directly, or whether to just have a extension of the chest. Because I could always sculpt it in, but I think I might try and model it properly, because she is wearing a bikini, so may as well try and get that contour right. So what we need to do is we could just go ahead and just extrude out this, but I'm wondering whether or not to be a bit more careful with my direction of faces, and I might actually get the curve to come around and under, up and under, and then up again, just to offer that separation. And make the contour of the arm feel a bit more natural, because that's another way of doing this. You can actually follow the musculature and the way the skin folds and stuff like that. So I might do that here in this case. For the arm as well, we'll try and get that arm done today as well. That will be pretty straightforward. I've got an idea for that one. And of course, the bikini clothing. So that's the goal for the next 50 minutes. Hey man, yeah, going well. Thank you for this chat again. Going well. This week has been really fun doing this this little live stream. So let's go ahead and extrude out that just to start off, and let's go ahead and just close that down. So what I mean by redirection is basically this. So I'm going to delete that for now. Is getting this fold to redirect down like so. Right now it's not going. It's just going to go through. I'm wondering to use whether to use the toon shader or not. I might use it. Part of me says yes. Part of me says no. I have been tempted to do both, toon shade and non-toon shaded. So I might go ahead down that route. So with this redirection, I'm going to get that to come down and then up. So what I need to do is basically delete this for now, and then delete this one, and we're going to try and redirect this ever so slightly. I actually might have to go up to here now that I think about it. So delete that too. Soft select, turn that off. Drag that and oh shit, that's why it's not working, because my local trans thingy is not working. There we go. That's what I need. So grabbing those two and then joining them together. So I'm going to grab this one here, this edge here, merge that at last here, merge at last here. And then what we end up having is something like this, where the it's almost going to spiral up and around. So yeah, that's the plan. So let's see how this turns out, because you should get a more natural contour of the body that way, but we'll see what happens. Plus, you can tuck in the elbow here, not the elbow, the shoulder, like so, and we should get a pretty nice little bend in the contour there. So this is a more naturalistic, I guess, way of doing it. It's sort of like an extension of the chest tissue. All right, cool. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if it will look all right, but we'll see. Because ultimately, I just want it to feel a bit more natural than just straight up jugs, as they would say. And then this will go up. I think this will just go up the body. So grabbing this, going to fill that in. It's a weird loop, but it works. It will work, I think. So grab that, like so. And then we're going to have to... this is a little trick I like to do when I need to fill things up. How you doing? I like to make a single edge fill in order to get this bridged across. So then I grab the edge. So count the amount of edges, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I subdivide that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just fill it in, and you're good to go. That's my little trick for, oops, wrong one. My little trick for fast filling of things, like this. There we go, cool. All right, cool. Now, next thing to do is just soften this out a little bit. And then we can start to fill in the tissue. So we're going to extrude out like that, I think. Bring it in. And then smooth that out again. Bring it in. And of course, we need to add more volume, so we'll worry about that in a moment. But that should cover a pretty good sort of pattern to go around the chest. So add a few loops here, grab this one, and then just join. And then we have to start sculpting it a little bit. So let's just smooth it out first and see how it all comes together. And then we can have to start to inflate that a little bit on the sides, and then start to bring in the middle section. Oh, that's awesome. It'd be great to see how it comes together in the end. So feel free to tag me on your Instagram or Twitter if you have one once you're done. Love to see it. So you can see by having this like contouring, hopefully you'll be able to notice that like it starts to feel a lot more natural. It's actually looking all right. All right, cool. Actually looks pretty good so far. I didn't expect it to go so smoothly, which is, I didn't actually expect it to go that simply. That's good to see. It's promising at least. All right, cool. So now what we need to do is basically just make sure the volume is good, and then we should be all right to go. I might just, for this part, I might actually join the subdivision, not the subdivision, the mirror, and then just work on that center line a bit more, because they need to be pushed together, because she's wearing a bra or a bikini, so we need to push that together a little bit more closer. Yeah, you don't have to send me the product, just send me a screenshot. A screenshot's fine. All right, let's just go into edit mode and just push this back a little bit, this center part here. Soft select. There we go. So we're getting a pretty good contour. I'm liking this at the moment. It's looking good. Like less dicking around with by having that contour. Definitely helps. Definitely helps. Let's see how it looks with the subdivision turned on. And with the once yeah, for sure. And I'm kind of doing retopo today, so to speak, with this character. So yeah, welcome. Yeah, first time doing a seasonal character, I guess you can say. I thought it'd be fun. I've done a Christmas. Actually, no, I've done a Santa Claus before. Last year I did Santa Claus, but this is the first time doing a Halloween one for at least for YouTube. All right, let's add another few spans here, because I need to add a rib cage a little bit, and I can always come back to this. Don't want to spend like 50 minutes just manipulating breast tissue. That would look a bit creepy on YouTube. But yeah, just a few tweaks here and there, and it should be good to go. All right, sick. All right, I think that'll be good. I think that's good. And again, she's wearing a bra, so I need a bikini. So of course I'll be filling that in as well. Let's get that rib cage up and running. Give her some volume there. So that's good to see. And you can see the nice thing about having that curve go down the arm and up and around the body is that it offers a bit of separation for the rest of the anatomy. Will I be doing rigging? Yeah. Yes, I will be rigging this character, but not to the same degree as my tutorials. I'll be using a plugin for this one. All right, let's move this forward a little bit. Oops, wrong one. Let's move that forward. Let's see, what can I do here? I might actually invert it a little bit. It's meant to be undead, so there we go. That looks better. Just got to straighten it out. And we've got ourselves a decent character. I think we're good to go. I'm not going to... Whether I add the ab line here is I'm not sure yet. Like actually add the volume for the abs. I'm not sure. I might just get away with that with texturing. Cleavage is one of the most difficult things to get right. Same with the butt, because it's so... the curves around it are really difficult to get right. Even here, like that looks wrong. But like... Yeah, cool. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, even if it was torturous. But yeah, yeah, anything with like lots of natural curves is always hard to model properly, I find. So it just takes practice and a bit of endurance, I guess you can say, to get it right. All right, cool. So I think we're good to go with this. I think that's looking pretty sick. And the line art, the model lines up pretty nicely with the concept art as well, which is good to see. Let's see, one last thing. Let's just get that a little bit bigger because it's meant to be pin up. There we go. Cool. Nice. Is your character... No. As in like, is my YouTube videos? No, not at all. As a profession, my animation skills, my modeling skills, and my rigging skills are my main source of income. That being said, I work full time at the moment as a generalist and as a sort of like a director, like for AR experiences. So a creative sort of lead. I wouldn't call myself a director, just a creative lead. Just going to get the shape of that spine in there a little bit. And we're good to go for the clothing. Now the clothing is going to be pretty straightforward. So I'll worry about mirroring her body again later if I need to, but I don't think I will actually. I think it'll be fine. For her body, it's pretty straightforward. Bikini, I'm just going to straight up extrude out her her body from here and just create the bikini out of that. That's the nice thing about this method for modeling is that you get instant edge flow for certain things like the bikini. So yeah, for here, let's just get the curves up like so. I'm gonna grab that. And let's just ignore that one. Let's grab this one and this one. Actually, no, let's not do that one. We are gonna grab this though. She's not gonna be wearing a thong, so we're gonna grab probably something like this. Yeah. We will have to create some fixes to this model, obviously. I think that will do. In any case, I'll worry about that later. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's always satisfying. You can never get bored of it, really. No matter what you have, as long as the projects are fun and interesting, yeah, you never get really bored of it. All right, so I'm gonna just extrude that, expand that out a little bit further here, just to overlap. And I might actually mirror this. Let's just mirror this so we can get the back of the bikini done. What's no? No. What's going on? Something wrong? Ah, cheers. It only comes with practice, man. The only reason it comes naturally is because like my first time trying to do a character from scratch took me like 6 weeks. You know what I mean? So it's not unnormal for me to feel what you feel about modeling. It just takes time to understand. So it's going to cut out the shape of the undies here, or the bikini, and then we'll worry about doing an edge flow for the for that later. Let's just get that going. Cool. For the, let's see, what can we do here? I wasn't sure whether to have her with a string bikini, like where you tie it together. Let's have a look at some reference. Yeah, I'll probably go with that. Let's see. All right, sweet. We can turn that to a string if we have to. All right, so what I can do now is, I'm not too concerned about the triangles here. Too modest. This is YouTube after all, dude. Come on. All right, so what I'm going to do is just push I to inset and get a loop going around the, actually not, yeah, I on to inset, push B to make sure it doesn't inset too much on the center line. Oh, fuck. Let's just clean that up a little bit. The other thing is that because it's a bikini, I don't need to worry about getting the curve in there. So what I can do is I'm going to remove the curvature here. So in my, because of the birds, yeah, the suburban Australia, I guess you can say. The birds are right at my window, I guess. They're on the roof. So yeah, sorry about that if it's really not really loud. And plus my mic is right next to the window. It's really cool that you're using more traditional modeling approach instead of sculpting. Yeah, well, it's faster sometimes. And because I want to rig it, I don't want to have to go through a stage in this week where I have to basically re-topo and like add extra time. And I'm not sculpting a face, so there's no reason for me to do that sort of complexity, I find. So yeah, sometimes it's just faster to just do it the old-fashioned way. Just easier and faster. We don't need that many curves in the center line there, so I'm going to clean that up a little bit. Grab that, grab this, and fill that out. Not on YouTube. Haven't showed my face on YouTube. Yeah, I don't like the idea of doing so either. I don't know why. The internet's a scary place, and yeah, don't like the idea. Cool. So there's the bikini line done there. Let's try and add a little bit of an edge loop for the rest of this. So we're going to go ahead and inset. Why is it not insetting? Inset B. And it doesn't like it, but we'll inset it anyway. And we'll remove this edge loop in the middle. Just remove that. I'm going to move that to the center at last. Grab this one at last. Oops, that was a bad idea actually. We're going to cut it first. Do a knife tool. Cut that first. Actually, this is a better option. Knife tool this first. And then we're going to delete this loop because I don't want it. Ah, fuck me. Hate when this happens, where like the edges don't quite loop. There we go. That's better. Just wear a pumpkin. Yeah, I know, right? I am thinking about doing like one of those what do you call it? Digital characters. I forget what they call them. Let's just remove that edge, and then I'll going to dissolve that vert, and we'll fill that in. And it may come to the case where we actually need to bring back the that geometry, but we still need to get that curve, those what you call it back, the edge flow. I'm going to keep it simple. Sweet. All right, so now what we can do is clean up these triangles a little bit. And some of these triangles we can just live with them. Others we can just merge them. But here I'm going to start off by just sculpting it down. VTubers, yeah, that's the word. VTuber. You may be wondering, oh man, it's like you're actually losing volume here. So we need to fix up that. We can easily fix that with a shrink wrap. Boom. And we're going to project it outwards just a little bit. Let's see, let's go above surface. And we're going to go to project. No, let's see. Nearest vertex, no. Let's just go with that. And there we go, project that just ever so slightly. And for some reason it doesn't like the, let's see what we can do here. Fix that up a little bit. There we go. We're getting there with the thing. Can I leave it clipping inside the head? Got an important question. I'm polymodeling hair, but while I'm doing it, fine. Yeah, you can clip him. You can, as long as the audience doesn't notice it, it doesn't really matter. You can clip it if you want. There's no rules here. Yeah, ultimately, yeah, don't be too concerned about clipping at the start. If you need to, I'm actually going to sculpt it. If you need to fix up that, if it gets in the way of animation, then you can fix it. But if it becomes an issue, if it's not an issue and no one notices it, then don't worry about it. All right, cool. So for this, that's looking all right. The back's looking all right. We can smooth that out a little bit. We just need to fix up. We can see that the triangles here are causing some issues. Thank you for the super chat. When are we going to see me do that? Probably next month. So November. I'm probably going to do a tutorial on polymodeling supercut. I'll do a supercut for the polymodeling a character, but for Blender, so similar to the Maya one, and you'll get your Daenerys piece of work. All right, cool. So I think trying to figure out how to fix that triangle. Let's think. Too much faces. Yes, add a face there, or remove a face here. One of those two. Yeah, that's how we're going to do it. Add a face or remove a face, or this one here. Yeah, I know what to do now. Yeah, naturally we will add some more loops, but this time the loop will start from the inside. Yeah, we're going to add a loop here, and this will come there. Yeah, cool. Add another loop there. Great to get away with actually doing, that's actually nicely distributed. So I'll actually add a loop here. That should be fine. There we go, cool. Nice little love heart. Yeah, November is the way to do it. Yeah, well, shaping underwear in general, shaping any clothing is difficult, especially when it's skin tight. So there's that. So for this part, we've still got a few triangles. Let's see what we can do about that. Again, we could probably get away with not having to worry about it, but I want to fix it. All right, cool. So, yeah, all right, cool. So we need to make sure that the traveling is traveling up. Let's see if we can get this going here. I'm probably being really picky about this. Probably shouldn't have to be so picky, but I just am. And I'm probably like my thought process. It's early in the morning. It's 8:30 in the morning, so I'm also half awake. So because I could not sleep last night. There we go. That one's good. Let's go with that loop there. That'll do. That'll get you a change in direction there, but it should do the trick. Yeah, sometimes it's relaxing. You can have you just put it on some. I know it's weird. Just put on some music and then let your brain just go to work. Other times it's just maddening. Let's see. Especially with the actually, yeah, I got an idea. we can add extra loops here. Well, that's too many loops. Fuck it. No, not going to do that. Let's see. Yeah, this will do. Fuck it. I think this will do fine. I'm going to add a loop here. That will be enough to cover that up. I think I know what to do. F. And for the last one, yeah, here. And add a loop here. And then we're going to redirect, like so. Tricky area, that's for sure. So now what we end up having is something like this, a loop that goes around like that, loop that goes round, and there we go. Oh, cheers. Oh, thanks, Angie. Welcome. You're up early. How's it going? All right, cool. So yeah, there we go. Bikini line is done-ish. Just gotta start sculpting this out a little bit. Of course, we're just going to, I'm going to compress this curve here a little bit. Because I might actually delete this in the future and just use a string bikini. Otherwise, I might have it actual fabric. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I might fix that up tomorrow because we've got plenty to do today. We still got to do the actual bikini top. There we go. Cool. And let's see. Let's apply that mirror first. Now I'm going to smooth this out a little bit, just so I get the distribution looking good. Also making sure that I'm in mirror mode as well, of course. And then just add a little bit more volume. And if I have to, I will add a shrink wrap and then project it. So let's go ahead and do that. Thanks for the subscription, Proxy. Appreciate it. So here we go with the shrink wrap. We'll add it to the character here. We're going to do above surface or outside surface. Let's try how that looks. See how that looks. And then extrude that out. Not sure why the shrink wrap doesn't know which side to go with the friggin', yeah, that looks better. Outside is the way to go, I guess. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's doing. Yeah. There we go. Cool. Drag Drogon. I could, if I have time. We'll see how we go. Ah, awesome. Yeah. Well, you got. I just grabbed this one from I bought this one from a stock website. All right. So we got ourselves bikini. Let's add a little bit of a solidify now. And then we'll see how this looks with the shrink, with the subdivision at the bottom. That looks pretty sweet. We can probably add a bit more volume here, less volume here, so we can actually shrink that down a little bit around the crotch area. So I'm just going to grab soft select and just scale on X to get that shape. That looks much better. Cool. There we go. And it's probably a bit too thick, so we can actually just bring that down a little bit and make it a little bit more like swimwear. There we go. And we got ourselves a pretty nice looking bikini. Pant. Cool. Now for the bra, that one's a little bit more difficult because we need to figure out the shape. So let's go ahead and do that. So we can't get away with just doing a projection. What we need to do is actually get the shape in there. So I might actually switch it over to random color, just so I can see what I'm doing. Let's call this bikini bottom. Call this one bikini top, just the body. I'm gonna call it zombie body, just so I can change, like the color is dictated by the what you write. So it changes. Stock. That's funny. But yeah, let's see what we got here. So starting with, I'm going to start with a basic cube. Not cube, a basic plane. Rotate that. Let's scale it down. And I might just do a straight up shrink wrap for the bra, the top of it. So what we need to do first though is apply the scale of that. Let's just grab this here. We're going to, is combat sport popular in Australia? Not sure. Thanks for the super chat, Kelly. Thinking of a series, first Daenerys, then modeling Drogon, then the last one, the fighting. That would be pretty intense. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. If anything, it'd be more generalized. So it wouldn't be just full-on Game of Thrones. It would probably be, I can do Daenerys with the toon shader. That would be fair enough. And then for like something like a dragon or something like that, it'd be like a creature series. So I'm actually thinking about doing a creature series and like animating, or not animating, but creating animals and creatures and stuff in Blender, like insects and birds and shit. So I'm thinking about doing that. Now for the good evening. For the shape here, we can probably just get away with a few subdivisions. And I'm going to see if this works. Let's do another shrink wrap. Yeah, kind of on surface, kind of works. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see. As for the answer about yeah. Well, you know, it'll be an ongoing thing, Kelly. For sure. The point of the tutorials is also to be like general enough that other people can also jump in and do it. So yeah, there's that element as well. So playing with that idea, but definitely it's something to consider for sure. Let's see, at center, I'm going to grab that. I'm trying to create a triangular top. So let's see what we can do here actually. Edges. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what to do here. Thinking about the approach. Let's try a subdivision modifier just to see how this is coming along. Just to get that triangular shape going. Oh, cheers. Thank you very much. Actually, fuck it. Let's just go with straight up square cubes, and then I'm going to do something similar to the underwear where I just grab the shape here. I'm going to do an inset like so. That should hold its shape. Let's just then grab the sculpt brush, and we're going to go to the brush tools and turn on mesh boundary so we can do not affect the mesh boundary, so I can just smooth out the inside first. Oh, that didn't work. Fuck. Turn that on. Yeah, there we go. Let's get that going. So we have a bit of a mesh. I don't do paid tutorials because I don't want to make it a barrier for people to learn things. So that's what the Patreon is sort of for. The Patreon is a means to allow people to support the channel, but without people who can't afford that missing out from education. That's the idea. That looks good. That looks good. I reckon that will work all right. Cool. Let's increase the scale there. And we can fix that up ourselves a little bit more. Yeah. Totally. I am planning on doing. I was actually planning on doing a weightlifter for the another tutorial series. So I'm actually going to do a male character as well as part of that. As part of the modeling series. The when I say modeling series, the mega cut for the tutorial for making characters without sculpting. So I will be doing that, I think, as well. All right, so I'm going to turn on snapping, turn on face selection, and then I'm just going to clean this up. Oops, shit. Too much soft select. Let's just go ahead and turn that off. All right, cool. We can also turn on, again, we'll turn on the shrink wrap once more. This time I'm going to turn on the subdivision so it gets affected by that. Shrink wrap. Again, once more. With this one, it's going to be outside the surface or above the surface. And there we go. Cool. Now, let's go ahead and manipulate this a little bit. Just using the move tool to manipulate the bra. Now that it's sort of fixed onto the body, it's a lot easier to manipulate and get that shape in. The only reason I'm doing the female for this one is because it's a Halloween and it's a live stream, and I wouldn't mind getting some eyes on this thing. As bad as it sounds, it draws the eye. Definitely draws the eye a little bit easier. There we go. Cool. Cleaning that up a little bit, getting that shape in there. And for the actual bra strings, I'll be using splines for that. Oops, there we go. Let's just get that shape in there. It's only because I remember when I was learning myself, and it was really hard to find resources that weren't behind a giant paywall. Like a lot of these massive tutorial pages for doing this exactly the stuff you want, like learning how to do characters or learning how to do creatures, they're behind a paywall that's like something like $300 for a tutorial series, or they're part of a multi-part subscription service, which isn't bad, and I've used them before, but that's not everyone can afford that, especially when they're so expensive, and especially when you're learning. So it's always a good idea to have an alternative, even though I don't know what the quality of my work is compared to those subscription ones, but at least it's good enough to get started with what I do, if you follow my videos at least. All right, cool. That's looking pretty sweet. We will tighten up that curvature a little bit with some more geometry. I was right. Oh gosh. Well, I appreciate you watching regardless, you know what I mean? If it gets you in, it gets you in, and then you can watch the other stuff and see what you think. And if you like to try doing some 3D art yourself, there's plenty of tutorials out there that I have that expand your mind a little bit, I guess you can say. All right, cool. I think I'm pretty happy with that area. Oh well, cheers. Thank you very much. Thanks for the kind words. All right, cool. Let's just sculpt this out. I'm still got shrink wrap on this, so it won't be manipulated too much, which is great to see. I can add a few more loops. Let's turn off the loop there. Let's see. Sculpt this out a little bit. And you can see that's being affected somewhat by the shrink wrap as well. We can also duplicate that shrink wrap and then apply the top one, and then we can get a more consistent sculpt. There we go. Do I have Twitter? Yeah, I have Twitter. It's the same username on Twitter as it is anywhere else. As you can see at the bottom of my stream, it has all the links. Let's get the rotation in there. There we go. Cover that up. And let's give this a material. Let's give this a material for now, and then just change the viewport color. There we go. Same with this one. Let's just give this the same material. Cool. All right, so I got 5 minutes to sort out the string. So the string is pretty straightforward, I think. I think if I just make a spline, and I'm probably going to end up doing the same thing for the bikini. So I make a spline. Where are we? Curve. And let's just grab that curve. Let's just make sure it's centered. Make the curve. And let's first start off by straightening this out. Screw it. Let's just, let's see. Because I know you can use a mirror modifier with the curve as well. So I might just snap this to the center. G, exit 1. Let's see. So snap that to the center. Why aren't you snapping? Let's just snap this to increment, grid snap. Come on. Why aren't you working? There we go. Sweet. All right, cool. Flatten that out. Let's go to spline type, poly, and then actually I might keep it at poly for now and mirror that. I'm going to add a little bit of a extrusion. So if you go to geometry and go to bevel, depth, add a little bit of tiny little bit of depth. You should have those descriptions on every video upload too. I'm not sure what you mean by Truth and Justice restored to Australia. What are you watching? Sorry, I was just paying attention to my work. I don't know what you're watching, but we're absolutely fine in Australia. We are absolutely fine. Yeah, I know that the rhetoric in America is that we are being dictated by unknown forces from shadowy clients, but I'm telling you right now, we are absolutely fine. Thank you for the compliments, everyone else as well, by the way. Watching the small screen descriptions on every video I upload as well, as in like talking through things or actual written descriptions, because written descriptions would take about as long as it would to literally make this animation, make the videos. All right, cool. I have thought about doing subtitles though, making subtitles if they're short enough. Cool. All right, so you can see here, I'm just working on getting the shape of that string up there. There we go. That's looking pretty good, I think. Just got to make sure that the thickness is like so. There we go. Yeah. Well, you know, the proof is in the pudding. I won't get political on this channel because it's not a political channel, but yeah, there's a reason why the Australian population is so on board with like the vaccines and stuff like that. It's not a political. It's not really so much. Well, it kind of is in some parts, but not as much as say it is in America. Yeah, we do value things a little bit differently, I will admit. it actually gave me a bit of hope. I was actually kind of being pretty cynical during the lockdowns about certain people, but we all stepped up pretty good. Pretty proud of us in Melbourne, to be honest. Everyone did the right thing in the end, and we're all better for it. Literally, like we're not gonna get as sick. All right, cool. That looks pretty sweet. Yeah, no, it's not a problem. Like, yeah, the lockdowns can be pretty tough when they were on, but like, and I'm not denying the struggles that some people have to face when they are stuck at home all day. But ultimately, we're trying to save lives, and that's really all that matters, really. Let's subdivide that. Get that going up there. Cool. Bikini is looking pretty good. Yeah, as long as you're clear enough, it should be, it's okay. But it can be a bit tricky to get YouTube to recognize the words I say sometimes. Let's duplicate this this piece. All right. Let's just grab that. We're gonna, and you could do this with a with meshes as well. With a mesh, a set of edges, that would actually be possible too, and it would actually be easier to convert. But I want to have the ability to use the spline to create the knots in the bikini line. So there's that as well. So we're looking pretty good, I reckon. So let's just extrude this out like so. Now, how do I want the back to be tied together? All right, cool. Yeah, that looks fine. Let's grab this. I've got 2 minutes to go here. So, and also thank you for those watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the follow. Taggio, Taggit 0. I did. I would, but for some reason the plugin is not working on my version of Blender. It's broken. And I tried reinstalling it, didn't work, and I might need to find an alternative, basically. Cat's cradle pattern. I'm not sure what that means. I'm just gonna make a cartoon knot. That's all I'm gonna do. So yeah, once the curves are done here, I can actually convert them to automatic, or Bezier first, then automatic. And we have some nice smooth looking bikini straps. Oh, no worries, dude. It's all right. There's always going to be one tomorrow, that's for sure. And I have to wrap it up today anyway, so there's that. For the bikini, I actually might do that very quickly. I'll do that tomorrow. I'll just start that tomorrow. I've run out of time. Thank you for the 3-month subscription, Alinsa. Really appreciate it very much. Thank you very much. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I know, right? Your animations are so funny, dude. Like that dancing shot is so funny. I think about it from time to time. This is InfoTunes, by the way. They're absolutely hilarious at times. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up. Shout out to InfoTunes for the crazy animations, and yeah, I'll let you guys go. Thank you for watching. Thanks for the chats. It's been really really fun. It's been really active. I haven't been able to keep up. So yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. We got cool. I'll keep that in mind. Shortcut view. Thank you very much. I know, right? I'll chat to you guys tomorrow. I'll be on